So is Pippa.
Indeed. And here we are. I'm Retrostylus Ascenda, and this is the Heretic.
Hey.
And this is our Yu-Gi-Oh! Talk Show, where we shall explain the wonders and mysteries of Yu-Gi-Oh! And possibly other things. But mainly Yu-Gi-Oh! Heretic, how are you doing?
What is Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a Japanese collectible card game published first in 1999 by Konami.
Oh.
And it made its way over to America in about 2002 and broke one of the Guinness Book World Records for, I believe, most sold cards. About 22 billion cards have been sold for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Really?
Yes, really.
Interesting.
Indeed. But
If I was to play Yu-Gi-Oh, how would I go about it?
well, first you would be a cheapskate and download Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. And secondly, our faces would disappear to reveal, ta-da, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro game. Not a pro game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Mind you. So first we
I'm
decided...
fucking playing.
Yeah. Now, what you see before you are... Well, this is the board. Or the field, rather. We have 5 monster zones, 5 spell or trap card zones, a graveyard, a banishment zone, a field cards zone, pendulum zones, an extra deck, and your normal deck. That's a lot of shit to take in it?
Yes, it is.
So,
The normal deck consists of anywhere between 40 and 60 cards, consisting of monsters, spells, and traps, and the extra deck is fancy. Then can only consist of 15 monsters. Specific monsters.
Yes. Specific monsters that are made by specific methods. Usually fusion is a general way of lumping them all together. Like say for example regular fusion, which is what I'm about to do. It might be... Oh. Weren't you fun?
Yeah. You ain't showing the audience shit, boy!
See, you're already ruining the talk show.
I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Shut up! I realise I'm supposed to let you show things, but that was a counter trap, boys and girls.
Yes.
They can stop things from happening.
Indeed. And he just sacrificed a monster to summon a bigger monster. Now, as you can see, the monsters have specific stats. You have the attribute at the top right of the card, and just underneath that you've got a number of stars. Now, these stars represent the general power of the monster, and the more stars it has, the more you must sacrifice in order to summon it. For example, a 5 or 6 star monster, you have to sacrifice 1 monster on your field. As 7 or higher,
more stars, it's 2.
Indeed. Like, for example, this thing.
Yeah. I can't see your hand, so... Yeah, that thing.
Yes. As you can see,
not that one.
As you can see, Blade Edge is 7 stars, so it would require 2 sacrifices. However, there are some cards that allow you to change things. Now, when we just play a card normally, for example, what I just did with Blazeman, that's a normal summon, and you can only do that once per turn. However, that was a special summon, which is just a general term for anything that isn't a normal summon. And well, you can do as many of those in a turn as you are able to. As many as you have the capability of doing with your cards.
Indubitably.
Indeed, good sire.
I think I've messed up. Yeah.
I see. Normal summon. I use this spell, which he's going to special summon, and I get this monster in the field, which has an effect where when it's summoned, I can destroy all of my opponent's traps. And then I attack. Now here we see the goal of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is to reduce your opponent's life points to 0 from its starting place of 8,000.
Aha!
Indeed. Now, when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, there is one piece of advice that I will give to anyone, and if you don't do this, you will pretty much guaranteed lose. Read all of the cards. That is
Retro.
Yeah.
I'm a lazy twat and I don't like reading.
Well, then you're a lazy twat. No,
Okay.
the reason I say read all your cards is because, like, that card there, when it was destroyed, he got a card. I didn't see that because I didn't read it. Right?
Uh-huh.
And there's an importance to reading your cards so you actually know what they do, as opposed to just saying, you know what, I don't care if that thing has a really cool effect that stops me from doing things. I'm gonna attack it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, another thing
Stupid hero deck.
Another thing you've got to watch out for is spells and traps. Specifically, face-down trap cards, which can be pretty devastating. Like, for example, this card in his... Since I can get to it.
Trying to show Mirror Force that by chance.
What?
Trying to show Mirror Force by chance.
Yes. Mirror Force. Which, say if that was still on the field when I attacked, it would have been able to destroy all of my my monsters in attack mode, which they are currently in. However, he didn't get it. However, he didn't get to do it, so to him.
No.
Alright, now you see, he's got a face down card. So I'm tempted not to attack. But I'm gonna risk it, because he might be bluffing.
Aha!
He was bluffing.
Yeah.
So that was
fucking get. You can see my face. This is cheating. You can read me. Referee!
They can't see your face, dude.
Can you see my face?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway. Now this is side decking. Basically, you can set up a side deck of 15 cards, and between duels in a match, you can switch cards about, which can give you a bit of leniency. Say if you're facing a deck that you're not very equipped to fight with your current setup, you could switch out cards. Like, say for example, I'm not sure.
Like our friend Inferno learned a way to basically side deck a completely new deck.
Yeah, well that's because his two decks share a lot of cards.
Excellent.
So.
I have one. La 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 la. I have one. I have one. La 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 la.
Now, I'm going to start this off in the most OP bullshit way I possibly can. Ooh. Machine.
I didn't know if that did anything. I just figured.
Nah, I ain't gonna do anything.
I didn't think it would.
And now it's gone. See, this is me using my effect to my advantage to be able to prevent him from stopping me. And what was the other card?
Also known as OP bullshit, hero bullshit.
Could be worse.
Could it?
Mm-hmm.
Risky, but has to be done.
Yeah. He knows that ain't happening.
Well, no, he doesn't, because you play like half as many traps as I do.
Depends on the deck.
Forget this deck is fucking old.
Yeah.
But I don't know how old this deck is. Wait, the Dimensional Prisoner or Sakuratu? No, it's not old.
So, what other weird quirks are there in the basics of Yu-Gi-Oh?
You find yourself in a lot of bullshit situations where you can't do fuck up. But imagine me. Why did I just discard?
I'm not sure. Anyway. Well, let's think about how would you start up in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Make a deck. Give it to Google. I'll give it to Google. Give it to Google. Google. Google.
Best advice ever.
That's what I did.
Yeah. In fairness, it's not a bad idea if you don't understand something, or you don't, like if you want to try and make a deck from scratch. It's not a terrible idea to start with googling ideas.
Exactopus.
Yeah, because that can help you introduce you to the concepts of building decks.
Indeed. Indeed it can.
So that was a basic best out of 3 matches Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yay.
And back to our faces we shall go.
Yay.
Hello. Right, so...
Oh, did that kill? I killed 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Break?
Nah, no breaks.
Oh.
Anyway. Alright, so time for deck building advice, should we?
I can all see your screen, it's completely up to you.
What?
I can all see your screen, it's completely up to you.
No, they can only see our faces.
Well, no, when you switch over to the deck building thing, they'll be able to see your screen.
Yeah. Anyway,
Silly.
we're staying on our faces for a little bit, just so we can, because we're talking, we're not actually showing anything. So, basic ideas of deck building, right? First, start off with basic idea. What is this? How is this deck going to win? You know, like for example, my hero deck. It wins because it has the ability to get strong fusion monsters onto the board and and it can get a lot of them. So the idea is to have a lot of different monsters that can help you get a lot of different fusions, which gives you a lot of variety in your playstyle. And I have a few combos that can really be devastating to opponents. For example, now we go to deck building. I go to my hero deck. If I have absolute 0, and then I use him to summon acid, that'll destroy everything on my opponent's side of the field, and I'll have a 2600 monster on the field for attacking, which is good. It's really good.
Dude.
Or if we go to like a dragon deck, that has a lot of the same ideas due to the fact that there are a lot of really heavy, punchy dragons. You're very familiar with dragon decks. Would you care to explain?
I wouldn't necessarily recommend a dragon deck to someone just starting out Yu-Gi-Oh! Mainly because a lot can go wrong very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a seasoned expert of dragon decks.
Yeah, dragon.
See first on price, then for crap.
Yeah, dragon decks can go wrong because they're not very reliable.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a good dragon deck, so like if you focus on red eyes or blue eyes, you can get a really strong deck out of it.
Indeed.
Mm. What other decks are you What other decks have you built yourself?
There was my Medallion deck.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost.
Do you want to tell us about decks you can actually tell us about?
Fuck yeah, let's talk about them. It's technically a dragon deck, but it's a different concept.
Okay.
My Red Dragon Archfiend deck.
Ooh.
And I just removed the Red Dragon Archfiend from it. I think. No, it's Magna Draco.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
given the name, it probably goes around the card that I'm just showing now, Red Dragon Archfiend.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it does. But I have altered it somehow, some way, using something our friend Inferno showed us.
Mhm.
Basically, because I know a lot about Assault Mode, and I know what it can do,
Yes.
I have learnt, basically taught myself the basic cards of the deck, the sort of important ones,
Mhm.
and then found the Stardust Dragon equivalents.
Okay.
Because I'm a dick. No.
Stardust Dragon.
Yes.
Okay, so how does this deck work?
Well, basically,
Mhm.
an Assault Mode deck is a way of getting out a stronger monster by using a Synchro Summon monster.
Indeed.
Which,
Like Red Dragon
yeah,
Archfiend Assault Dragon.
Assault Mode.
Yeah. Red
It's
Dragon.
Dragon Arch means slash Assault Mode.
Yeah,
So
technically.
such it. Right. So yeah, it's kind of like that.
What's the benefit of getting an Assault Mode card as opposed to a normal card?
Power. Also, they tend to have slightly different effects to their regular counterpart.
Indeed. Like, for example, Red Dragon Archfiend has an effect where if it attacks a defense mode monster, you can destroy all of the defense mode monsters your opponent controls.
Mm-hmm.
However, it has the downside effect that if you control a monster that didn't attack by the end of the turn, it is destroyed.
Yep.
Whereas
Where
in
it
Assault Mode... Go on.
It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also-
Also, I love them.
Also, if this card attacks, destroy all other monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a better effect, which justifies the pain in the arse that is to summon it.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Indeed.
Interesting concept is the ability to side deck a deck that completely changes it.
Yeah. So,
Like,
here's a question.
hello.
For someone starting out, say like someone just starting Yu-Gi-Oh!, what kind of deck would you recommend they try?
6 Samurai.
What would you seriously recommend they try?
4.5 ninja. I don't know. It depends on your playstyle. I like sort of recycly kind of powerful decks, but you kind of like fusions because you're odd.
Yeah, but
It depends. Try a couple of different decks and see what tickles your fancy.
like whenever I introduce someone to Yu-Gi-Oh!, I always say have my hero deck and try it out, because it's a simple deck that is still quite powerful.
Yeah. And then we all hate him. But
But I'm trying to think. But there are other decks that you should try out that would introduce you to other ideas of winning the duel.
yeah.
Like, I'm quite a fan of this deck here, my ancient gear deck.
I'm not. You know.
Because although it's not reliable, it is quite interesting for a high level deck. Because most of them have trap negating effects, which justifies the cost of getting them out. And there are also ways to spectre summon them as well, so they work. As for other kinds of other kinds of decks that you might want to try out, well,
It's a classic recycle deck.
yes, like well, you know more about recycle than I do. So, what kind of recycle decks would you recommend looking at to try?
A Dolce,
My Dolce,
because it's very simple.
yes.
Then there are slightly more complicated ones like Gishki.
I actually think Dark World is an interesting concept for recycle.
I've never actually had a look at it. Mainly because I've had bad experiences of people using Dark World decks and just kind of...
Well, it's an interesting concept for recycle, and it was one of the earlier decks that my friends my friends have played. So it is interesting.
Yes, I can understand.
Yes, I know. Since we got
Another duel showing some different concepts.
we don't have time.
Yeah, I can fit in a quick one.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to show off my ancient gear deck for one single match.
A single match or a single duel?
Single duel.
Okay. Kind of need to differentiate.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Apparently the password's wrong.
It's banana.
Oh, okay.
And we shall begin. Good luck.
Damn it!
I'm going to go first this time.
Oh, so rock paper scissors is the only way to start a Yu-Gi-Oh match. Everyone tells your voice is a liar.
Yes. Now, when you go first, you cannot attack. And you don't
On
draw
your
a
first
card.
turn. You
Yeah.
can't attack on your first turn.
Yeah.
That'd be a very crippling kind of, you
Yeah.
know.
If it was you couldn't attack full stop, you might as well not, like, duel. You might as well just stick to rock, paper, scissors. Smart choice.
Thank you. However,
Yes. I don't think you really have a way of stopping that monster, do you?
no. You
No.
could say I don't, actually.
Yeah, you really don't.
Because I can't activate trap cards.
I didn't. Let's just normal summon this guy. Yes?
I don't get why you do that.
Because I want its effect.
Okay.
Which lets me destroy cards on the field.
Aha!
Fwahaha.
Well.
Yep.
I'm not drawing the things I need to draw.
Hello.
Another issue of assault mode decks, what I find is you tend to get the assault mode monsters like 4 million turns before you need them.
Yeah.
You will never need an assault mode monster turn 1.
Yeah,
They're fucking dumb.
that is true.
What the fuck?
What?
In this case, this is what we call having already lost the duel.
Yes, he has already lost.
My opinion aside, there are some things in Yu-Gi-Oh that are a bit OP bullshit.
I will actually 100% agree with him on that. There are...
For example, these engineers. I can't activate traps while they're on the field, and they can destroy shit that's already face down.
It's not while they're on the field, it's just when they attack. Which is the only time you
The only time you... Yeah.
I suppose it's a way of combating people who are too trap reliant. Like
You name me one deck that doesn't require traps.
that doesn't require traps in the slightest.
Yep. That, like, you would be able to win a duel without traps.
Technically, this one.
Yeah, I guess if we get enough damage on the board. But
Right.
in a mirror match, that'd be fucked.
Alright. Alright, other decks
See, told you we had time for a match.
other decks that don't require traps. A dragon deck could get through without traps. It would be tricky, but it would.
Not a chance.
Hero deck.
Depending on your draw.
See, that's just the thing though. It just always depends on your draw.
No, I know for a fact that you could not have a dragon deck without traps.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Not in the slightest.
Nope. A lot of level 8s, you need at least 2 monsters on the field constantly.
Well, we'll see. Well, we'll see about that. Anyway, I believe that's all we have time for today, so hope you enjoyed, and next week we will hopefully have something a bit more structured, and we'll try and be more informative. So,
Yay!
until next time, see ya.